Hello, and thanks for joining me at IT Homelab Online. In this video, I'm going to install Hermes Agent on a Raspberry Pi Zero 2W gadget. This will be a truly portable Hermes Agent that you can power and access from your phone wherever you go. If you're not familiar with Hermes Agent, check out some of my other videos. Now, let's get started. First thing we need to do is to image our micro SD card using Raspberry Pi Imager. I'm doing this on a Raspberry Pi Zero 2W, so select it from the menu. Now I'm going to choose Raspberry Pi OS Other. I just want the light version, text version. The graphical version would have a little bit too much overhead for the zero board, so we'll go with the text only. Select my card and click Next. Now I'm going to leave the default name. We can change that later. Say Next. Set up your locale details. So I'm in Australia and my time zone is Melbourne. Select a username. You can use the default Pi or you can change that if you choose to. It's a little bit more secure if you do change it. I'm just going to leave it with the default, and I've already got my standard password saved in there for my Homelab. Next. Going to connect it to a network. So I will put in the... I did try to hotspot it off my phone previously and had some issues. It was basically just a latency and speed thing. It took a couple of hours to do this install. Oh, we'll try that again. And I'm going to enable SSH so I can access it across my virtual Ethernet port. I'm not going to enable Raspberry Pi Connect. You could do that, which would then mean it was accessible off the internet. But because this is going to be physically plugged directly into my phone, I'll be able to access it through a local IP address. And tell it to write. And we'll let that go for a minute. Okay, so that's finished. So now the next step will be to make sure I eject it correctly. Okay, so I don't need to eject it, it's already ejected. And then I can plug it into my Pi and spin that up. Okay, now we'll give that a minute to spin up. It just needs to do with standard Raspberry Pi, expand the disk and that sort of thing. So once that's done, you need to find the IP address of it. Now you can use this advanced IP scanner and scan your whole network, or you can connect to your router and check for the Raspberry Pi DHCP entry. Um, it's up to you how you find that. Now what I'm going to do is copy my script that I've made available on the GitHub. I'll SSH into my Pi. Make sure you use the username that you set up at the beginning. Password. Okay. So now I'm going to create a script file. I'm just going to call it eth.sh. Paste in the contents. Now I'm going to modify that to make it an executable. And run that executable as a super user. So this will install a couple of applications. It will make some modifications to your config and command line, as you can see there. Once that's done, though, you should have a fully functional USB gadget. Okay, here I'm going to answer no. My plan is to hotspot this Pi 02W off my phone so I can share the internet connection from my phone and be connected to my phone through the USB Ethernet gadget. So I'll say no to that. And we'll do a reboot, which will uh, activate the gadget. So we'll just give that a moment to reboot. So now what I'm going to do is SSH back into the Pi, but I'm going to do it through the IP address that I've set up for the virtual Ethernet gadget. Okay, so now if we do a IPA, you can see we've connected to this gadget. It's actually given our laptop here an IP address that's on this range. And I'll show you that now. So you can see there, we've got an IP address of 10.55.0.10 on the laptop, which is allowing us to connect directly to the Pi. So what that means is that we can effectively plug this into our USB-C supported phone. So I'm using an iPhone 16 and it works very well on that. I haven't tested it on Android, but I can attest to it being fully functional on the iPhone 16. I've also tested it on my old iPad Pro, uh, which I think is about a 2018 model, and it works powered off the USB-C port that has. So now what we're going to do is we're going to install the uh, Hermes Agent. Now to do that, because the Raspberry Pi has so little memory, we're going to set up a temp directory just because some of the N18 components take a bit more memory to install. So this will be a little bit slower than if you were to install it on an x86 type machine, but it's still very usable. So I've created a temp install directory, and I have set the temp dir to that directory. So now I run the standard Hermes installer script that you can find on their website, and we'll let that run through. Okay, so now we'll go through the quick setup. First thing we need to do is to register on NASA's website. So if you don't already have an account, you'll need to create one here. I'm already signed in, as you can see here, but if not, you'll be prompted for a sign in. Let's say connect. Now it's saying it's connected. Drop back here. You can see login was successful. So now I'm going to just expand my screen a little bit more. So I'm going to choose Step Farmer. I haven't used the 10-cent free agent model before, so I'll just stick with Step Fund for now. And leave this as default. Keep it running locally. I'm not going to set up messaging now, but you could set up your Telegram, WhatsApp, etc., Discord at this point here. I've covered that in another video, so I'm just going to skip it for now. Okay, so now we're set up. So I'll just do a quick test. Sorry, need to re-roll this out. Okay, so now I can do a Hermes chat. You'll see this is not super fast, but once you get into the chat, it is usable and it will connect over the internet to whichever agents you've set it up to access. Okay, so now we've got the Hermes chat window. So I'm just going to ask it. I'm not sure how it's going to handle the question, but what model am I running? Which it should be okay with, and we'll see if it knows what hardware am I running on. Excellent. So it's been able to determine that it's uh, currently using model step fun step 3.7/3, and you can see that it's detected that it's a Raspberry Pi 02W revision 1, and all of the details uh, for the board itself. So if you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.